light 'em up, 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 light 'em up, 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 light 'em up, up. I'm on fire.
Hey everybody, so episode 18 of Teen Wolf Season 3 just aired, and I have to say I don't think I've ever cried so much watching an episode of this show, ever. In the beginning of the episode, Scott gets a call from Stiles, and Stiles is missing. Stiles does not know where he is, and so Scott tries to gets Isaac to help him go figure out what's going on with Stiles. And basically the gang all gets together and tries to figure out what the heck is going on with Stiles in this episode. It's really a painful episode to talk about. So I had to calm myself down before filming this. It was just really hard to come up with things to say about it without crying. So I'm gonna read off a bunch of notes about this show because I don't know if I'm gonna start crying or not. Excuse me if I do, but this is just, there was only one funny part in this episode really, and it was a scene where Lydia's sketching Aiden and he starts to strip off his clothes, and then it quickly just goes downhill when Lydia starts hearing Stiles through the radio and whatever. She's hearing his calls out for help and just him freaking out. And I do love that aspect of it, how him and Lydia are so connected. And I think this also has to do with her banshee powers. Of course it does. Another thing we get to see Kira at home, and she does stuff with the light bulb and it breaks, and her mom comes in and she brings a new light bulb and it flickers a light when she touches it. So we see that Kira's mom, I'm assuming, well, it's obvious she's a kitsune as well. I'm assuming their powers have something to do with electricity. Basically Stiles thinks he's in some basement or something, and he's being taunted by the Nogitsune. And he keeps getting asked this question, everyone has it, but no one can lose it. What is it? And it's basically the episode is called Riddled, and it makes sense in the end. And it's just really, it's a hard episode to watch. I love Stiles, and I hope nothing happens to him. I do not believe Stiles will be killed off the show, but who knows with Jeff Davis. We have Lydia. They all go to Stiles' house and they find the little red strings and of all the unsolved cases. And Lydia, she starts to pluck the strings, and she starts to hear Stiles more and different stuff. And one of the strings leads to this house, and they think that that's where Stiles is, and they all go there. And it's because that was where Barrow was when it's a mental hospital or whatever. And he's not there, but we do see when they walk out that's Japanese kanji symbol for self. Stiles is actually found due to Scott's dad. He figures out that Stiles is dreaming and calling in his while he's asleep, Scott, for help and all this stuff. So they find him out in the woods or whatever. I think I can't remember exactly where in the woods it was, but basically he's freezing and just so out of it. And they end up bringing him to the hospital to do tests on him to see what's going on with him. But something else I want to say, Scott's dad still does not know what's going on. He just thinks some crazy dude was in Scott and his mom's house that stabbed him or whatever. Some ninja warrior dude, I don't know. He still doesn't think it's anything supernatural. Derek helps Scott try and figure out what Stiles was doing when he went missing, and basically talks about chemo signals, and it's just with really heightened emotions, things will be left behind, sense and feelings and stuff that werewolves can detect. And basically it's showing that Stiles was struggling with himself not to do something. And they find all these cut cables and stuff that he was in, all these tools and stuff where Stiles was gonna, I guess, kill and hurt and kill a bunch of people or whatever before he went missing or whatever whatever happened with him, however he ended up where he did. Another thing we find out, which I know we've all been wondering, Cora is in South America. That's back where she was when Derek thought she was dead or whatever. So I guess she has a life there, which we know that Adelaide Kane that plays her, she's on the show Reign. So good for her on there. During all the craziness going on when they're trying to find Stiles and they tried to call Allison for help, she was asleep. And when she was asleep, she got like up all these voicemails, and it was, they go to Mr. Yokomura, Kira's dad, and he like translates it, and it's like Japanese talking about all these warnings and like directions about it, and it's like a Japanese internment camp during World War II, and it talks about some camp called Oak Creek, which apparently didn't exist, but who knows? Maybe it has something to do with the supernatural or whatever. So Stiles has tests done at the hospital to see if he has what his mom had. It's called frontotemporal dementia. It's basically just the brain starts shrinking and just everything starts to shut down. It has no cure. It's the only type of dementia a teenager can get. So basically the test confirms he has it, but I have my doubts because he's supposedly possessed by the Kitsune, and I'm thinking maybe that's making the tests like that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused, and I do not want Stiles to die. I'm like freaking out. Once the test is like done and everything, and Scott and Derek see like the cable start going haywire all over the place. Stiles, like when the lights flicker out, he gets possessed by the no Kitsune. Like he takes full control over Stiles, and he repeats the riddle, and we find out what the answer is, and it's the shadow. And then the no Kitsune, which has been covered with towel like rags and all this stuff the whole time, pulls it off, and it's Stiles facing himself. Shadows. Yeah, it makes sense. But it's just, oh man, I don't like, this is just too painful. I don't know what is going on with Stiles. Like I do, but I don't. And we all have questions, and we're confused, and we don't want, so at the end, the no Kitsune is leaving the hospital, and the elevator doors open, and Kira's mom shows up, and she's like confronts him and says, possessing an innocent boy will not deter me from killing you or whatever. And then the Oni show up, and he's like, I'm not afraid of your fireflies. And she says, well, if the Oni can't defeat you, I know someone who can. That's basically how the episode ends, and I am just once again curled in a ball crying. I seriously, I don't think I've cried so much in watching an episode of Teen Wolf, and I don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the season, and I'm freaking out, and I think I'm about to end this video because I'm about to start crying. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all continue to enjoy these videos. Like and subscribe, and have a great night. Bye.